it's video time! Kobold? Kobold! Kobold! Kobold, it's video time! What are you doing?
Gator, I'm planting beans to get eggs.
What?
Gator, this is a normal thing to do. I'm optimizing. I'm trying to create a god.
Kobold, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're planting beans to create eggs, to create a god. And that's normal.
Yeah? Why are you looking at me like I'm the weird one?
But Kobold, you can get eggs at the grocery store. What's next? You're gonna claim that chickens lay eggs?
We're gonna ignore that. Welcome to Pack Tactics. We might as well make it a video. So here's a bag of beans. Shout out to Megan for giving me beans. This is what it says. Inside this heavy cloth bag are 3d4 dry beans. We're gonna skip forward a little bit. We don't care about this section. Here we go. If you remove a bean from the bag, plant it in dirt or sand, and then water it. The bean produces an effect 1 minute later from the ground where it was planted. The GM can choose an effect from the following table. Determine it randomly or create an effect. Blah, blah, blah. It continues talking about 12 different effects in the table. The one I want to talk about are the eggs. If your DM rolls for it, there's a 10% chance that you'll get the eggs from a bean. And you get on average 7 beans per bag. A nest of eggs. 1d4 plus 3 eggs spring up. Any creature that eats an egg must make a DC 20 Constitution saving throw. On a successful save, a creature permanently increases its lowest ability score by 1, randomly choosing among equally low scores. On a failed save, the creature takes 10d6 force damage from an internal magical explosion.
Whew. Kobold, that's violent! Internal magical explosion? Holy cow!
Gator, almost everything we cover on this channel is related to violence. Failing the saving throw is not as bad as you think. You eat them in a safe place, like, I don't know, church. They'll heal you right up after the damage. Anyways, on average, that's 5 eggs, and those eggs are awesome. You get to permanently increase your stats. And yeah, a DC 20 is pretty high, but you, of course, identify all these items so that you know there's no duration for these eggs. You could just keep them until you're prepared for it. Like, for example, a divination wizard who can guarantee you make it. Or maybe someone has bardic inspiration or emboldening bond, bless, stuff like that, you know? Use teamwork. It's optimal to keep on stacking effects until you know you'll make the save, you know? It's up to your party who gets them. In my party, we actually give all of them to one person because you normally don't really use your worst stats too often. But once all the stats are good, it becomes a lot more useful. Look at this. This is Manny. What we're planning to do with Manny is increasing his ability score above 20, which you can do with these eggs. Look, here's ability score improvement. It says, as normal, you can't increase an ability score above 20 using this feature. When we look at the eggs, they didn't put that limit at all, so it's absolutely possible to go over 20 in stats. Makes sense. It's a magical item. But feel free to have the whole party share in the fun.
But Kobold, there's a lot of other effects on the table. You'll never get the eggs. There's also a chance the DM might just choose instead.
Sure, maybe you never get the eggs. My table got tons of eggs by rolling. We're really lucky so far. But this bag of beans is really funny anyways. It's giving me tons of joy as a player. Most of the effects aren't actually that big of a deal, and the ones that are really, really, really fun. Let's see what I actually got with Megan's beans.
Kobold, what's happening?
Oh no, we got the worst one! The tossed bean comes to rest, then suddenly spreads out to a flat 60-foot square tile. It dries to sand, gritty and heavy, then quakes and grinds. A vague body sculptured from the sand is clothed in dusty lapis and gold. Bands of dust writhe up, winding and wrapping about the body. A sarcophagus constructs itself around the mummy, then an introverted whirlwind twists upward. An opaque cone that peaks crashes to the ground, and leaving behind the clean geometry of a pyramid. This video is sponsored by Describe, where you can get professionally written box descriptions of absolutely everything.
Kobold, what? You prepared an ad for this catastrophe?
Of course, Gator. There was only an 8% chance of this happening, and I got lucky. What do you think of Describe's description?
Kobold, it sounded a lot cooler than what we actually saw.
Exactly, Gator. And coolness makes it more fun and engaging. Don't you want to explore this exciting pyramid after hearing that description?
No.
Ah, I see thou hast been stunned by fear with the power of words. You see that, DMs? Describe can scare your players into not doing things. That's a useful tool to control the narrative.
But Kobold, I'm scared because there's a mummy.
Now, just randomly getting this pyramid might throw you off, Mr. DM. That's why Describe is here to help. Describe can describe everything inside. Just write mummy and you find everything you need. Players enter, you read the mummy's tomb. Ah, a dozen small sarcophagi rests within this crypt, surrounded by an enormous sarcophagus. Well, there you go. That's pretty much an encounter or two. Then you describe the mummies, and then the mummy lord itself, and then you read this taunt to be extra clever. Boom! Job's done. Your players are at the edge of their seats. Check out dscribe.com/packtactics. It's awesome. And if you like what you see, they hope to earn your subscription. Use the code PACKTACTICS at the checkout to get 10% off your first subscription payments. Back to the video. This pyramid is a 60-foot square base. Inside is a mummy lord, a CR-15. That pyramid is treated as the mummy lord's lair, and its sarcophagus contains treasures of the DM's choice. 2 months ago, my party got this pyramid. Our DM made it a proper dungeon crawl. We had 7 encounters that day, if I remember right. We were level 8 at the time too. Anyways, your DM will most likely have a different layout. Maybe just a single encounter or two. I have no idea.
But Kobold, isn't a CR-15 super duper deadly for a level 8 party?
On its own, no. It's an easy encounter on its own because everyone is focused firing on them. While, to be fair, even with multiple monsters, they'll be focused firing him anyways, if they're smart. And he'll probably die in like 2 or 3 rounds. Anyways, here's the fun stuff. If your DM uses random treasure, there will be a 21% chance your DM rolls on the magic item table C. And guess what's on there? More beans, and that means maybe more eggs or pyramids. Yay! But seriously, you should make sure your DM is ready for something like this. Like, not every DM can just get a pyramid for you mid-session. Talk to your DM before planting beans. Some other effects, there's a fruit tree that gives you random magic potions. There's also one where a statue that looks like you says bad things about you to people. Both of those effects could be fun too. The statue can be really funny roleplay. Anyways, end the video. Bag of beans might be my favorite magic item, and I really think DMs should use this more often in their games. Like I said before, it's given me tons of joy as a player. It's really funny.
Kobold, are we raiding this pyramid after this video?
Of course, we gotta pay the bills. After this, we'll get some good berry ice cream.
Yay! Ice cream!
Me and Describe hope to earn your subscription. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye! Bye-bye!